Welcome once again. This is day 3, week 7 of our journey together. Thank you for making it out. Um, so we're gonna begin with familiar, and then we're gonna go from familiar to unfamiliar. So let's consider this particular question number 6. Please, as I have the questions on the screen, make sure write the question down and also write the solution. Also, if you have not placed here or present in the chat box, please do so for me. All right. If you have not placed here or present in the chat box, please do so. All right. So it says here, a boat has a triangular sail with base 5 meters and height of 3 meters. Calculate the area of the sail. All right. So we're dealing with a boat that has a triangular sail. So it's very important that they tell us the shape of the sail. All right. And excuse me. From that idea, from that understanding, they want us to figure out what is the area of the sail. Remember that we're dealing with a triangular sail. So this is the triangular sail. All right. It has a base of 5 meters and it has a height of 3 meters. And so with that understanding, can anyone tell me how can we calculate the area of the sail?
9.2.
9 times width.
Not 9 times width, no, area of
Space times times space times height.
very good. Area of the sail. And why are we using that formula?
So it's triangle shape.
Because it's triangular shape. Very good. So using the area, which is gonna be the base area of the sail, since it is a triangular sail, so it's a triangle. Alright, we can clearly see this is a triangle. Alright, and so the sail is a triangle. Alright, and the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So area of the sail is gonna be base times the height
Divided by 2.
right, divided by 2. Times height all over 2. That's going to be equal to, and what is the base? The base is what?
5.
5 meters. The base is 5 meters. What is the height?
6 meters.
3 meters, right?
3 by 3.
So the height is 3 meters. That's all divided by 2. And this is going to be equal to, what is 5 times 15? It's 5 times 3 rather.
15m.
15m what?
Over 2.
15m squared.
15m square.
Because you have an m and an m. And we're going to divide it by 2. And what is 15 divided by 2?
7.5.
Someone said 7.5. That's Alicia?
I didn't even know my mic was on. Sorry.
No, that's perfect. I was like, that's refreshing to hear your voice. I haven't heard you all week. So it's good to hear you. All is well?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay, that's good. That's the future doctor, people. That's the future doctor. If you have any doctor problems,
My mic is missing.
that's the future doctor. Alright, 7.5 m squared. That's the correct answer.
So we multiply the m too?
Yeah, because m times m, which gives us m squared.
Yeah.
All right. Can I move it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Well, Miss Cooper, without you in this class, I don't know what I'll do. I really don't know. And I will be so quiet. No one would answer. So thank you so much for always being willing to answer. All right. Okay, so just quick recap. Um, area of a sail. Remember, it's a triangular sail. So since it's a triangular sail, um, we're gonna use the area of a triangle, and the area of triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay, so the base is 5 meters and the height is 3 meters. So it's going to be 5 times 3, which is definitely 15, and m times m, which is m squared. So we have 15m squared divided by 2, and 15 divided by 2 is simply 7.5. So that's how we find out the area of the sail. Okay, so if you have that, please take a picture of it and send it to me. All right, so that I can know that you're following along. All right, so someone else is asking to join. Mr. Miller. All right, so okay, what are we doing? Where are we now? Okay, so let's return back to this question. It says material for the sail costs $8.50 per square meter. Calculate the cost of the material used to make the sail. Right? So let's go here. Material for the sail. Material for the sail. We're talking about the boat sail. Material for the boat sail costs $8.50 per square meter. That means for 1 square meter, it's $8.50. Calculate the cost of material used to make the entire sail. So how will we find out the cost to make the entire sail? What will it be?
Multiply that by 7.5 I'm sorry.
Say it again.
After you multiply it.
Yes, very good. So area. So cost to make the cost to make cost of the material to make the sail is definitely going to be $8.50 times 750. Now, someone may ask, well, why 750? Remember that here 7.5 rather. Why is 7.5? Well, because notice that we have 7.5 meters square or square meters. So there's 7.5 square meters, 7.5 of them. So they tell us that for 1 square meter, right, it's $8.50. So if you want 2 square meters, it's going to be 2 times $8.50. If you want 3 square meters, it's going to be 3 times $8.50. If you want 4 square meters, it's going to be 4 times $8.50. If you want 5 square meters, it's going to be 5 times $8.50. But we have 7.5 square meters, so it's going to be 7.5 times $8.50. So cost of material to make sail, used to make sail, is going to be equal to, anyone got an answer yet? What is
66.
5?
66.
66? Anyone else? Anyone else got 66?
5.
Say it again. 60. So 8.5 multiplied by 7.5. Remember, this is $8.5.
Yeah, 60.
So
75.
Yeah,
I was so congested.
8.5 multiplied by 7.5.
I was trying
Yeah,
to
$63.75.
Yeah, $63.75. That's what I also thought. $63.75.
When I do it again, I guess 63.
Yeah. I know you do yours manually, right? You scuba?
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So you're not like us, who's use calculator. She actually used to do it by hand. When I saw that, I was so surprised. I was like, you actually do this by your hand? But that's good practice, Miss Cooper. Okay, so I guess someone is asking to join. Okay, so right, so let's go. So let's return back here. So the cost of material used to make the sale is going to be $8.50 multiplied by 7.5, which is going to give us $63.75. So to make the sale, to make this boat sale, all we need is $63.75, which is not expensive. So if we have this triangular sale and we find the area of it and we want to make the sale, the cost to make the sale would be $63.75. All right. Okay, so let's go. So I think that's it. That's just those two. Remember, as you do it, please send me a picture of it so that I can know that you are following along, especially for those who are not speaking much in this class. Make sure you send your notes as well. Okay, so we're gonna do a unfamiliar question, which may be unfamiliar to you all, maybe. But we're gonna do matrices. It's gonna be a matrix equation question. Yes, ma'am. Someone is asking a question. Oh, I thought I saw it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the card.
Oh, you're saying that Lacard. Well, looks could be deceiving. Don't mind our luck. Don't mind our luck. I mean, Lacard and all that, but ask Ricardo and Nancy. This is very easy.
Look at that great day in this video.
Right, Nancy?
I disagree with the statement. But
Nancy's supposed to have my back, man. Alright. So for the following matrix equation, solve for K, M, and N. Okay, so what should K be? What should M be? What should N be? Okay, so this is a matrix. This is also a matrix, right? And this is also a matrix. We call these square matrices. Anyone can guess why we call them square matrices?
There are four numbers.
Four numbers, and you see you can see we could pan off the square, right?
Yes, sir.
So the way how we do this is notice that we have the K on the outside. So this K is going to be multiplied by every term in this matrix. Okay, so what I mean is, since we have the K on the outside, we call K a scalar. So this scalar is going to be multiplied by this 0. It's going to be multiplied by this 3. It's going to be multiplied by this -2. That's going to be multiplied by 1. And so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to say is equal to, in bracket, M 0, okay, 1, and 4, close bracket, plus, remember what he said, we're going to multiply K by everything inside this every entry inside this matrix. So what is K times 0?
0.
0. What is K times 3?
K3.
3.
3K.
What is K times -2?
-2K. 2K.
Okay. And then what is K times 1?
K or 1K.
1K or K. Okay. It's gonna be equal to this term, this matrix. So it's gonna be 3 and 12 and 8.
I have a question, Mr. Petit.
Yes, ma'am.
When we go on midterm, we still having classes with you?
Of course. What is that? What is that?
I meant
You're joking. It's
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah, I was joking. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see. Alright. Oh, we don't need this equal sign because we already have equal sign here. But yeah, man, our class, we don't go on break unless the exams are over. Then we have the break.
May I ask what is midterm?
Say it again. Man, I don't even know what midterm is, to be question.
How you-
I start Friday and Monday. Friday and Monday.
Not even
Yeah,
exist.
that's Friday.
They still have that.
Yes, sir. Friday and
We
Monday.
ain't having no midterm, child. No, sir.
Alright, so this is m plus 0. So we're gonna put that out. M plus 0. And this is gonna be 0 plus 3k. That's gonna be 0 plus 3k. That's gonna be 1 plus negative 2k. So that is 1 plus negative 2k. That's gonna be 4 plus k. That's 4 plus k. Close bracket. Close bracket.
I have a question, right, Mr. Petit?
Yes, sir.
When are these used in the real world?
Oh, they use this a lot. Computer people in computer programming. They use.
On IT?
Yeah.
Oh,
They use these stuff. So 3 and a lot of stuff for data. You know, the world is full of data now. Anywhere you see data, these stuff is used. Matrices, yeah. Programming, all of IT, robotics and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, what else we do? We now. So all we did was we added. Notice what we did. We added the two matrices. Now, when you add in matrices, you add corresponding entries. So this. Notice that this is in the first row and in the first column, and so we have to use this 0, which is in the first row and the first column. This one is in the first row, but in the second column. So we have to use 3k, which is also in the first row, second column. Same thing with this. This is in the second row, first column. So we have to use this one, which is in the second row. Sorry, yeah, the second row, first column. 4 is in the second row, second column. So you have to use this k, which is in the second row, second column. So when you add in matrices, corresponding entries you add. So m plus o, o plus 3k, 1 plus negative k, negative 2k, and 4 plus k. All right, so that's very important. So let's simplify further because we can. Notice how we, yes, ma'am?
We have to put the -2 in brackets.
Yes, put the -2 in brackets for now. So now what is m plus 0? Okay, what is 5 plus 0?
0.
No, stop.
I sorry.
Yeah, 5. What is 6 plus 0?
6.
6. Good. 7 plus 0?
7.
So m plus 0?
and
That's bm. Good. What is 0 plus 3k?
3k.
3k. Very good. 3k. Now, it's very important. Remember, the positive times a negative gives us a what?
Negative.
1 minus 2k. Now, we can't simplify this because they're not like terms. So we leave it as such, 1 minus 2k. And then we have 4 plus k. We can't simplify that, right? Because they are what? Like
terms.
Okay. And then
They're not like terms.
they are not like terms. Thank you. Yeah, I just was, of course. I mean, of course we know that. I just was testing you.
Yep.
Right, Kennedy?
Exactly. This test, we need that test.
Yeah, we need exactly. Yeah, gotta keep you in the P's and Q's. All right, so 3, and we just bring it down. 12 and 8. Okay. All right. So remember I go, we have to solve for K, solve for M, and solve for N. So one is very easy. Two matrices are equal, and then let me just write this down for you all, just so you have this. Two matrices are equal if and only if. So equal matrices. So the idea is that two matrices are equal if and only if corresponding entries are equal. So two matrices are equal if and only if corresponding entries are equal. So what we mean is that I think someone is trying to enter this. Oh, whoa, it's a truckload of people. All right, welcome all. For those who are just entering, please place your present in the chat to indicate that you are here. So we say that if we have this matrix, this is 4, this is 2, this is 3, and this is a 1, what would this be equal to? Like, what matrix C would be equal to this? Well, if we have 4, if we have 2, if we have 3, and if we have 1, can we say that they are equal?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why?
They have the same number.
Balanced on both sides.
Because corresponding entries are equal. So this is a 4 on this side, this is 4 on that side. This is a 2 on that side, this is a 2 on that side. This is a 3 on this side, this is a 3 on this side. This is a 1 on this side, this is a 1 on this side. So two matrices are equal if and only if corresponding entries are equal. Now, say for example, we have say 3, we have 7, we have 8, and we have a 9. And let's say we have 9, 8, 3, and 7. Are they equal?
No, because they're not corresponding.
The corresponding one.
Very good. Now they have the same. Notice that they have the same numbers. I didn't change the numbers. Just that they're not. The corresponding entries are not equal. So this 3 is not equal to 9. 7 is not equal to 8. 8 is not equal to 3, and 9 is not equal to 7. And so their corresponding entries are not the same. So these matrices are not equal. They're unequal. So we say that this one is equal matrices. And we say that this one is not. So this is not equal.
So, Ms. Betty, which one on the question equal?
You mean when we go back to our question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we have to go back and deal with that. So when y'all finish writing this, then I go back to the question and I just was doing this as a side note.
I have a quick question, Mr. Petit. Do all matrices have to be equal?
No, all matrices definitely can't be equal. You could have, I mean, there's a bunch of non-equal matrices, but we just giving you the criteria to know if two matrices are equal. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have equal and not equal. So if we go here, the claim, right? The claim, where's my mouse? Where is, oh, there it is. The claim of this question is that this side, this is the claim of this question. This is what the question tells us. The question tells us that this side is equal to this side. That's what the question say. The question say that, hey, this is an equation. This side is equal to this side. And so that's why we have the equal sign here, equal sign here, equal sign here, equal sign here. So now, if them two are equal, that means that these two must be what?
Equal.
Must be equal, right? So that means, remember, corresponding entries must be equal. So that means that M equals to what?
3.
The 3. Voila. We found what M was. See that? See how easy that was? M is 3. Okay, so that's the first one. So
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be like 3 and 3.
yes.
That's why I wanted to know where the
So M, in order for them to be equal, M must be equal to 3. Because if M is 3, then this is 3 and this is 3 to make them equal. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so.
Now, if these three are equal, what 3k need to be equal to?
12.
Very good. 3k need to be equal to 12. So 3k equals 12. Now, what is the value of k that's going to ensure that 3 times k is 12?
4.
4.
4.
Very good, Alicia. Very good. So k must be 12. K must be 4 to ensure that 3 times k gives us 12.
12.
And the way we get that is we divide both sides by 3.
Wait, you could repeat that again?
No problem. Let me just solve for k first. Cross that out. So k equals to 12 divided by 3, which is 4. Okay, so the idea is the following. Remember we said that in order for two matrices to be equal, corresponding entries must be equal. So that means that 3k must be equal to 12. Okay? And so there we have it. 3k equals to 12. And so we're saying, what can we multiply by 3 to give us 12? 1. What can we multiply?
4.
4, exactly. So k must be equal to what?
12.
K must be equal to 4 in order to ensure that 3k is 12. Okay?
12.
So we have found out what M should be. M must be 3 to ensure that these two entries or matrices are equal. And then K must be 4 to ensure that these two matrices are equal. So M is 3. M must be 3. K must be 4. And then finally, well, we already know what K is supposed to be, so that's good. We good. N, though, we need N. So let's look at this. So this one is 1 minus 2 times K. So this and N must be what? Must be equal, right?
Cool.
Okay. So it's going to be, so 1 minus 2K equals to what?
And
Equals to N. Very good. Now remember what we say K was? K was what?
4.
K is 4. So we have 1 minus 2, open bracket, 4, close bracket, equals to N. Alright, so what is 2 times 4?
8.
8.
Very good. So this is 1 minus 8. It's going to be equal to N. And so it's going to be, what is 1 minus 8?
-7.
-7.
Negative 7. So negative 7. Because if you have $1 and you owe someone $8, again, you have $1, you owe someone $8, give them the $1 that you owe them, right? Give them the $1 that you owe them, and so it's going to be mean that you still owe them 7. So N equals negative 7. N equals negative 7. So in order for these two equations, in order for these two matrices rather to be equal, N must equal to negative 7. K must be equal to 4, and M must be equal to 3. Right? Do we understand that? So familiar, unfamiliar, what do you think?
Unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar?
Unfamiliar, but it was fun though.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was good.
Yeah.
Unfamiliar.
Partial.
It was easy.
It's,
Expected it to
It's the new matrix.
Say this a
need
real
more
name.
practice.
This one was partial. It's a partial kind of thing.
Okay, alright. That's good.
My only question, Mr. Matita, is that when you just solve all the answers, do we actually give them answers like we write it?
Yeah, you actually write
Just
this down. Yeah, this is needed.
oh my gosh.
This is needed.
Okay.
Because you start with
Okay.
M and N. That's the whole point. Okay?
do we put the answers in brackets too? Like
Just like how I did it, yes. Highlight the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. T, I got 2 more pages in this next book.
No, man. Can I move this?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Mr. Badi.
Okay, hold on. No problem.
I have it.
Okay, no problem.
That was the only part of this question.
There's another part, but we gonna go to familiar back again. I don't wanna overwhelm us, right? Just to take it one step at a time. The next question is the inverse, right? Sorry, so you can take it one step at a time.
That's where everything goes downhill for me.
No, don't get my students like that. That's the most easiest part. That's what she meant to say. That slip out. She meant to say that's the easiest part of the entire question. Right, Nancy?
That's cap.
Very cap.
Right, Nancy?
Miss Petit, I always just fail the second part, so I'm not even going to lie and say I get it right. I get 0.
Aww.
Yeah, the inverse information. Sorry.
Alright. Okay. But we should know how to do this with this question. This one says that Mr. Jones makes a $250 profit when he sells a computer for $2,250. What is the cost of the computer? That's easy. What is it?
Subtract?
Yeah.
Subtract.
So what's the cost of the computer?
Let me subtract and get the cost.
Yeah, what is the cost?
2,000.
2,000. Very good. I mean, it's straightforward. Like he made a $250 profit when he sold the computer for $2,500. Sorry, $2,250. So if he makes $250 profit, that means he had to buy it for $2,000 and then sell it for. But this computer expensive though. That's expensive.
I didn't even know.
Not even my cost like that. I mean, it depends on what type, but.
When gaming computers cost that amount.
Say it again.
Then gaming computers cost that amount.
What's the name of the computers? What?
Gaming computers.
Oh,
Like
gaming. Oh, okay.
Right.
Price is gonna be equal to what? Selling price minus what? Profit.
Okay.
Right. It's gonna be equal to what's the selling price?
2,250.
$250.
2,250 minus the profit.
$250.
There, $250.
$2,000.
$2,000. Very good.
2000.
Thank you, Lakeisha. You're definitely a powerhouse. Thank you. One, one thing with Lakeisha, she getting those answers quick, boy. Like, how does she do this? All
I
right,
just finished writing.
all right, very good. So the cost price is $2,000. So, oh, by the way, I want to see y'all matrices question.
I sent it.
So send that for me, please, if you haven't sent it already, especially those who are not speaking. I do not want to say your name in public.
Mr. Petit,
Yes, ma'am.
for being where before we subtract, I was thinking about the firing that 14 of.
You're thinking about dividing? It's a good thing you didn't divide.
Yeah. Oh, that can be very wrong.
Yeah.
Why didn't even come to my mind?
All right. So next up, thank you, Miss Cooper. Thank you, Miss Alicia. Boy, Alicia, your paper look like a real mathematician. Uh, thank you. All right. All right. Very good one. Thank you much. Thank you, Abigail. I just love Abigail's work, boy. I should show you all this. This happens every time. Let me show you something. Look at how this girl takes her notes. I hope she don't mind. She ain't gonna mind. Abigail doesn't mind. This is pretty every single time. Like, who does this? Look. See that? Pretty, eh?
How she see that?
I don't know.
Pretty.
She writes just like you.
Like, for every note. Like, I mean, it's crazy. It's amazing, man. Very good.
Not on a tablet?
She do it on tablet. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's nice.
So
Yes,
she's what?
That's very neat.
Yeah, she's write it down. Look at that. It's pretty, man. Like, she have everything. She don't play. Thank you, Abigail. All right, good. Very good, Abigail. And with the colors and everything, I'm like, wow, how you have time to do that? But she may not speak a lot, but she's sending some good work. All right, so let's go back to our stuff. So this cost price is $2,000. Next up, calculate the profit Mr. Jones made as a percentage of the cost price. This is Nancy's favorite question. The profit Mr. Jones made as a percentage of the cost price.
Probably don't get the answer.
Alright, so profit Mr. Jones made as a percentage of the cost price. Okay. Okay, so we want profit as a percentage of the cost price. So remember what the profit was? The profit was $250. Alright, so we have to respect that. So this is going to be, bam, it's going to be $250, 250, divided by the cost price, which is 2,000. What are we going to do with this?
Times 2 by 100.
Multiplied by 100.
By 100 over 1.
Multiplied by 100 over 1. Very good, Miss Cooper. So we're going to multiply by 100 over 1 because we're trying to change it into a percentage.
Percent.
Okay. So it's equal to. So we could make some cancellations here. So this 0 cancel out with this 0, and that 0 cancel out with this 0, And this 0 cancel out with this 0, leaving us with 25 times 1, which equals to 25.
25.
You try to multiply them on the five. Wait, multiply them?
Yeah, so we multiply the 25 times,
Oh, yeah, alright.
yeah, and then the 2 times the 1.
25%. Oh, not like 2. Not
Um,
like.
Lionel, where's your friend?
I don't know. I don't know what's up with him. But he tell me sometimes something is wrong with this Wi-Fi.
Oh,
And tells me joining late or you don't let him in. Sometimes when he joins.
oh, okay. So, calculate the profit as a percentage of the cost price. Yeah, calculate the profit. The profit is 250. As a percentage of the cost price is 2000, yeah. So it's going to be 25 divided by 2.
12.5.
Say again.
12.5%.
12.5.
12.5.
Yes, 12.5%. Good. 12.5%.
Mr. Petit, just my understanding, right? Okay, like you said, you should have them.
I know your question is coming, you know. I know it. You always ask this. Every time we do this question, you ask this question. But go ahead.
Okay, what is my question, Mr. Petit?
Say it again.
What is my question?
Your question's gonna be why we put this, why we use this number in the denominator. That's the question.
I forget the answer, I'm sorry.
But that's the question for you.
Yeah.
See? Because they say your profit as a percentage of the cost price. And this is the cost price. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we put
I
it.
understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, but then the price above it would be like something different then.
Yeah, but it's the profit, right? So they say we want the profit, but we want the profit over the cost price. That's what they say, right? That's why they say calculate the profit, but as a percentage of the cost price. So that means that you're definitely gonna put it over 2000. And usually, and the way you know, right? Usually the lower number is at the top and the higher number at the bottom. So you know that they tell you profit and cost price. You're not gonna put the cost price on top. You're gonna put the cost price at the bottom because it's higher. And then the 250 will be on top. That's another way to think of it.
Okay, I can write it down, so I won't have to ask you again, so we wouldn't have to go through this.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
Down. Sorry.
That's fine. And ask it how much times you want. It's good that you're comfortable asking it again. That's important. As opposed to having the question and not asking it. So please, if you have any questions, let me know. Even if you have to type it in my chat, like someone did yesterday. They said, Mr. Petit, I didn't understand how you do a particular thing. They didn't say it in the group. They just texted it to me, and I explained it again. So, and I don't have to put you on blast and see who did it. Just answer the question. So, if you want to anonymously ask a question, well, please do so. Just send a message to my WhatsApp. Let me know, and I'll be more than happy to. How it gets 7 o'clock already? Okay, my time doesn't work.
It's 5:54. What you mean?
When I say 7, basically 5 minutes too. So my it malfunctions every once in a while. So it's actually supposed to be 6 o'clock. So don't worry about that.
So we joined 5 o'clock then.
No, we joined. I don't know when we joined, but this is not 6.
So you know start the class.
You know, we join those.
I don't know when. I can't remember. All right, so we done with that question. Let's go back to the probably unfamiliar to you all. Probably might be unfamiliar to you all. Okay. Given that this matrix does not have an inverse, calculate the value of x. This is a deep question, boy. It's a deep question.
How we gonna solve this?
Yeah, how are we gonna solve it? Yeah. First of all, a matrix. So a matrix, or we could say a square matrix, does not have an inverse if its determinant is 0. Alright, so we say that a matrix does not have an inverse if its determinant is equal to 0. Now, what is the determinant? But what is the determinant of a matrix? Right, that's a question. Well, there it is. So, given a square matrix, what do we call our square matrix? Let's say we call our square matrix A. So given the square matrix, A is equal to the matrix. Let's use this one, right? I guess we use the brackets one. Matrix. I want to use this, but I don't know why. But okay, I think I know what we could do. We could probably I'm trying to put this in the matrix thing. Bracket. I guess we could put it in the bracket already. Dun, dun, dun. Why doesn't it have a full bracket? Okay, there we go. Good. Now let's insert it. Voila. No. Let's see. Try it again. Voila. Yes. Okay, so A, B, C, and D. So given this matrix, this is a square matrix, A, B, C, and D, the determinant, right? The determinant of A of matrix A denoted how do we denote the determinant of A? We denote it as the following: det of A, capital A. The determinant of A denoted determinant of A, or we write it like this, or we say almost like absolute value, or we say the determinant of A, this is another way to write it, equals to the following. So it's going to be equal to never had to do the determinant of a matrix?
No silo.
Why are you acting junior school like? None of us know how to do that.
No?
So,
Alright. It's going to
I'm
be
experiencing CPT. Sorry for interrupting, but at what grade do they teach us this?
it's supposed to be grade 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not far.
So determinant of A is AD minus BC. That's what determinant of A is going to be. So it's going to be this Let me do the arrows for you. The determinant is going to be,
So they're gonna cross it.
yeah, it's going to be A times D multiplied by what? C times, or B times C. Let me do it the other way around. P times C. That's how we determine the determinant of a matrix. So it's going to be B times C. So that's what the determinant matrix is. So let's do it an example. So if we have this matrix, say let's call this matrix A, right? And we have, say, 4 times 3 times 2 times, let's say that this is, instead of 3, let's say this is 7. 4 times 7, 4 and 7, 2 and 3, and this is a square matrix. What is the determinant of A?
4, 7, 3, 2.
The determinant of A is going to be equal to what?
4,
4
7.
times 7, right? 4 times 7 multiplied by, oh sorry, minus what? 2 times,
Right.
3.
2 times 3. What is 4 times 7?
28.
28. And what is 2 times 3?
6.
6. What is 28 minus 6?
22.
20 what?
2.
22. So we see that this determinant, the determinant of this matrix, is 22. So that means that it's not equal to 0. So that means that this matrix is this matrix actually has an inverse. Okay. All right. So 4 times 7.
So the top one did not an inverse.
Say it again.
So the top one did not an inverse.
No. What you mean the one they give us?
No, the one with A, D.
No. This one is just in general. This is just matrix in general. But we're saying if we find that if we do the determinant of a matrix and it's 0, then that matrix doesn't have an inverse. The good thing,
Okay.
yeah, the good thing is that we did the determinant of this matrix and we found that it is 22, which is not equal to 0. So that means that this matrix A does have an inverse. So let me just what I mean. Let me just show you what I mean.
Hold on, Mr. D.
One moment. I come right back to it. Determinant of square matrix. Let me just show you it so you can see what I mean. They don't have it nicely written, man. Okay, good. I love this one. Man, this is nice. This is very nice. I need to keep this. That could have saved me a whole writing. See that? So given the matrix, yeah, given the matrix A, B, C, D, the determinant of A is going to be equal to what? That symbol, which is equal to what? They have the bar A, B, C, and D. I wish they'd actually show you how to do it. So, hey, they show you how to do it. This is a good one too. So, the determinant is going to be equal to, when we said A times D, right? A times D multiplied by what? B times C. Okay. And so if we have this matrix, 8, 15, 7, and 13, we're trying to find its determinant, right? It's just going to be what? 8 times
-3.
-3, and then 7 times 15. We subtract them and we get our matrix. Okay. All right.
This don't seem kind of bad. I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Yeah, that's good. So and then This is just the determinant of a square matrix. I like this one. AD minus BC. So it shows you. And then when you reach 2, when you doing calculus, then you'll be doing determinants of 3 by 3 matrices. But for now, we just doing determinants of 2 by 2. Okay. So that's the determinant. Yes, ma'am.
I see we have matrix on our calculator, so we could use the calculator for this too.
Wait, your calculator of matrix?
Yeah, so I just see
You're
it.
supposed to be using that type of calculator. What type of calculator that is?
Casio.
Casio and have matrix on it. Okay. You could use. There's a particular way to insert matrices in your calculator too. You know. There's a particular way. I don't know if your calculator would allow you to add matrices. But if it does, that'll be nice. Okay, so yeah, so once the determinant is not 0, we scrape. So okay, so let's go back to our thing. So we're pretty good. Sorry, my bad. I wish we could add more time with finding the determinant of. Oh, there you go. We just spoke about you, Jonathan. We just was speaking about you a while ago, talking about how good of a student you are and everything.
LOL.
When?
You just was speaking about Jonathan. I mean, not the last part what I said, but we are speaking about him. All right. I was asking Lionel, where were you? But he says sometimes we have internet problems, so we're glad that you are here. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so we on matrices now. Can I move this?
Yes, sir.
All right, so yeah, so we have to go to this thing. So it's a given a matrix. You have the matrix X 1, 2, and 3. It does not have an inverse, so that means that its determinant is 0. When we say a square matrix does not have an inverse, if its determinant is 0, so that means that. So we say the following. We say, let's go back to this question. So we say, so this is how you'd answer it. So we'd say since this does not have an inverse, then that means its determinant is 0. So that means that x times 3, that means 3x, remember, this times this, and what? 1 times 2.
1 times 2.
1 times 2. What must it equal to? It must be 0, because the determinant of this must equal to 0. Okay, and this is the determinant of this matrix. 3 times x and 1 times 2. It's going to be 3x minus 1 times 2, which is simply 2. It's going to be equal to 0. And so what we can do is we can send over the 2. So it's going to be equal to 3x is equal to 0 minus 2. Oh, plus 8, because we sent it over.
Yes, sir.
3x is going to be, what is 0 plus 2?
2.
2, very good.
2.
Both sides by 3. We get that x must be equal to 2 over 3. And if x is equal to 2 over 3, then I would ensure that our determinant is 0. And if our determinant is 0, then the matrix does not have an inverse. Okay, so that's how you do it. So that's how we find it.
Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
I get 0. Oh, sorry.
If you say 0, why do we have 2? This is where I get confused. Why we have 2 over 3?
Thank you.
What?
Why is there a fraction and not zero?
Okay.
You see, this is where it go downhill.
Okay, we're saying that if this matrix is, right, if it does not have an inverse, what does it mean that it doesn't have an inverse?
Zero?
That what? We said it before. That what? Its determinant
Determinant
must
is
be what?
the-
0, right?
Zero.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yes, sir.
You agree with that? Its determinant must be 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the determinant of this matrix?
Zero?
Zero.
Yeah, but what is the
X,
determinant?
X.
The determinant is, we have to use the formula.
Oh.
A times D minus B times C.
Uh-huh.
So the determinant is going to be what? 3 times X
X times
minus what? 1
2
times
times. Yeah, 1 times 2.
And what must that be?
Zero?
That must
Why
be
is
0.
it?
Why? Because it doesn't have an inverse. We just said that.
So is it always 0?
No,
Or
it once the matrix. Now they tell us something about this matrix. They tell us that the matrix doesn't have an inverse. So what they basically tell us is, hey, we want you to set its determinant to 0. So that's what it means when a matrix doesn't have an inverse.
Okay.
So they're saying,
But why is there a 2 over 3? Are you trying to figure out why
okay,
there?
don't worry about the 2 over 3 yet. Don't worry about 2 over 3 yet. What we're trying to say is that if the matrix doesn't have an inverse, then its determinant, which is 3 times x minus 1 times 2, that must be equal to 0. There's no doubt. You agree with that statement?
So I'm supposed to have a question.
No, wait. 1 moment. I want to know if Auntie agree with this statement. That if it doesn't have an inverse, its determinant must be 0.
I agree, I guess.
And this line must be true. It must mean that 3 times x minus 1 times 2 must be 0. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay. So if you agree with the statement, the only thing that we do after the statement is solve for x. That's all we did. We solve for x. Now x is 2 over 3. Not the determinant is 2 over 3. X is 2 over 3. So that means that the value of x that would make this determinant 0 is going to be 2 over 3. And we could check that. Like, let's check it. So if we call this A, and we have A is equal to open bracket. Remember x, right? But we said that x is what?
2 over 3.
1, 2, and 3. So someone for me, can someone find the determinant of A? What is the determinant of A for me? Determinant of A is going to be equal to what?
2 times
2
1.
over 3 times
2 over 3 times 3 minus 2 times 1.
Good. Minus 2 times 1 or 1 times 2. Now, what is...
I have a question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is it always minus?
Always minus. By the formula, yes, it's always minus.
Okay.
I got 4.
You can't get 4.
I mentioned the cat. Oh, shoot, me to me.
3 and the 3 cancel out. So it becomes
Oh, I'm doing it like that. Okay.
2 minus, what is 1 times 2?
2. Negative 2 in this case.
And what is 2 minus 2?
0.
0.
So I punch in the calculator and I get down.
Good. So we find that the determinant of this matrix is what?
0.
Is 0.
Yeah.
Now
It makes
that's...
more sense now.
Say it again.
It makes more sense how you just did this. It makes more.
Okay.
It looks better in itself. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
I didn't even.
So all we're trying to say is that the value of x that would make this determinant of a 0 is 2 over 3. If we choose any number other than 2 over 3 for x, it would not make this determinant 0. Okay? So x have to be 2 over 3. Familiar, unfamiliar?
Unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar. All right. All right. I think that's enough difficult questions for the night. We're just gonna sail through with the easy ones.
Yes, it would.
We need one more question.
Pardon?
We need an example question, for extra.
For extra? I don't want to thought class.
We see what time it is.
I don't know. It's 7:17. I don't know what this time doing right now. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know. I don't understand.
I guess all our time around, let's see.
Yeah, all our time.
Okay.
Okay. So 6 marks, right? 6 marks. Okay, so let's continue. So all right, so let's go to the questions that we love. The questions that give us a break. Oh, time. Yeah. One of my students is asking me, say, Mr. Petit, when we gonna get the elapsed time? Elapsed time. He loved those elapsed time questions from last semester. Okay, so elapsed time. A plane left Nassau at 8:45 a.m. It arrived in Abaco 35 minutes later. At what time did the plane arrive in Abaco? At what time did the plane arrive at Abaco? At what time did the plane arrive in? So
9:10.
9:10. Someone said 9:10. Any other answers? Okay, so
I think 9:20.
I got 9.
9.
I got 9:20.
9:20. So we have hours and then we have minutes, right? By the way, send me that matrices question, please. Send me it on my WhatsApp chat, especially those who are not. Oh, I didn't even take the register. Wow.
Wow, Mr. T. Wow.
Yeah. Let me
You say why you are reminding?
All right, Abigail, Dylan. All right. Okay, there we go. So we good. Okay, so all right, so 8 hours. Okay, so in 45 minutes. Good, and then 0 hours in 35 minutes. So what we have to do with these, we have to what? Add them, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So 5 plus 5 is
10.
10. Someone asking why adding them? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. 4 plus 1 is
5.
5. Plus 3 is
8.
8.
so this is 8 hours and 80 minutes. So we know that
Is it 9:20? Anybody at 9:20?
say 9:20. We know that 8 hours and 80 minutes equals to 8 and
Yeah, I get 920.
but remember that
So I have the same
remember that
episode.
we could split 8 hours. We could split 16 minutes. We could split 80 minutes into 60 minutes plus 20 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Because
so
80 is 60 plus 20. And we know that 60 minutes is what?
1 hour.
1 hour.
I know.
So it's gonna be 8 hours plus an hour plus what? 20 minutes. So it's gonna be equal to 9 hours
20 minutes.
and 20 minutes. Alright, so that's how we do that. 9 hours and 20 minutes. So thus the plane arrived in Abaco. No, never been Abaco.
I did.
My family's from
Okay, and
Lived them.
you live there.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
9 a.m.
It's a beautiful island. I ain't gonna lie.
Beautiful island. Okay.
Not all that.
You say it's a beautiful island. I'm sure y'all should have like some pretty beaches over there. The beaches in Nassau contaminated, especially the one in
Yeah, I am
South
about that.
Beach.
I am about that.
Don't let Mr. Davis hear you say that.
Especially the one in South Beach. I can tell you for myself.
Yeah, I
Lord
am
and
about
mucky.
that.
Mucky. What you mean you hear about it online? You live in Nassau.
My mommy was telling me about it. I didn't know it was contaminated.
Is that true for real?
When I say contaminated, okay, let me just be honest. What I mean is it's like it's yucky. I mean, not everywhere. I'm just being exaggerating, but for sure, for sure, um, for sure, um, for sure, it's that one in South Beach. Boy, you wouldn't want to go there. That one look bad. I telling you, man.
There's a Canadian in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the heads up.
It caused Mr. Davis to go to add fat again. No.
All right, so 9:20 a.m. Right. Okay. All right. Mr. Jones arrived at Nassau Airport at 9:30 a.m. How many minutes did he have to wait?
7:30 a.m.
Sorry, at 7:30 a.m. Mr. Jones arrived at Nassau Airport at 7:30 a.m. How many minutes? They say minutes. Did he have to wait before the plane left for Abaco? Now we said that the plane left for Abaco
You got
at
to subtract, right?
8:25. That's when the plane left Abaco, and he was there from 7:30. So how long you have to wait? Okay. How many minutes did he have to wait? How many minutes did he have to wait? So it's gonna be hours. And then minutes. So well, the plane left at 8:45, right?
Would it be 1 hour and 15 minutes?
1 hour and 15 minutes. Someone said 1 hour and 15 minutes. He was there from 7:30.
They didn't say how many minutes.
They say in minutes though. So change
Oh, and
out, yeah, in minutes. So 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 1 is 1. 8 minus 7 is 1. So it's gonna be 1 hour and 15 minutes. But we know that 1 hour and 15 minutes equals 60 minutes.
75
75 minutes.
5 minutes.
No, it's small. 60 minutes plus what? 15 minutes.
Let's see.
This is going to be equal to 60 plus 15 is going to be 75 minutes. $75 minutes.
Right, that's the key.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can feel something.
Pardon?
I'll get 8 hours to play something.
How we get 8:45?
So,
How we get 8:45?
yeah, so,
Okay, we got 8:45 Destiny because remember that's what time the plane left for Nassau. And they say that the plane left Nassau the plane left Nassau at 8:45. Alright? And so since the plane left Nassau at 8:45, he was at the airport from 7:30. And so they're trying to say how long did he wait? Okay? Well, he waited for 75 minutes before the plane left for 8:45. Okay?
okay.
Alright? So I'll see you there. Alright, please send in the notes for me, please. Send in the notes for me. I don't understand the last one. Okay. Good. So for those who are sending in, thank you. It's 7:30 already. I believe this time is running.
Time really going fast tonight.
It really is just moving through. So we have to really Hurry up because I don't know what you're trying to do. It's trying to run us off, like trying to. What is a nice question? Nice set question. So what does this funny E means? It's funny E symbol. What does that mean?
Universal? Universal.
Universal set.
Yeah, and then this is the natural numbers less than 10. What are natural numbers?
Um, like numbers without the zero.
Numbers without the zero? What do you mean?
Like
Count
0,
numbers.
1, 2, 3.
Count numbers.
Counting numbers starting from
1 to
starting
infinity.
from 1 to infinity. Very good. So take this down. I'm going to give you an opportunity to take this down before I start the question. So take a few moments to write this down for me, please.
So you say natural numbers is counting numbers.
From one
That,
counting numbers, beginning at 1.
okay.
You could scroll a little down just so I could see if anything else at the bottom, please. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Son las numbers and letters.
Yes, again, numbers and letters.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's start again.
What's up with D?
Yes, on.
Can you scroll back up, please?
Yes, okay, no problem.
Right there.
Okay.
This is my third math book.
It's the third what?
Can you scroll back down, please?
Yes.
The third what?
Math book.
The third math book, Dino Tree.
Yep. These are 11.
What's up with D? Can you scroll down, please?
Oh, you mean that type of down? Okay. Okay, so let's do the question. I thought you meant, sorry, I thought you meant you saw it right in the spot. All right. Prime numbers. Prime numbers are going to be numbers that are what?
One
Say it again.
One and itself.
Say it again.
numbers that only could go into one and itself.
Yes, numbers are only divisible by 1 and itself. Okay, so natural numbers less than 10, prime numbers less than 10. So list the numbers represented by the following letters. F is blank, G is blank, and H is blank. Oh, they are so smart. Okay, all right, so what are they telling us to do? I don't know if you all pick it up.
List the numbers from the following letters.
So we have prime numbers, right? Less than 10. What should be in this box inside the set, by the way? Prime
3,
3, yeah.
Prime numbers.
37.
What's before 7? What's prime number before 7?
5.
Let's start from there. Let's start from the first prime number. What's the first prime number?
3, 7.
3, something.
5, 7.
5, 7. 5, 7, 11.
7. And we can't put 11 because it's have to be less than 10. So the prime numbers that are less than 10 are 2, 3, 5, and 7. Now, in P, right? In P, what number is missing?
5.
We have the 2.
5.
We have the 3. We have the 7. What when we do off?
5.
We don't have
5.
So F is what?
5.
F is 5.
5.
Okay, this is a nice question. Nice question. Now, next up, let's use the blue. We want natural numbers that are less than 10. So what should be in the set?
1.
1. What else? 2,
3,
4,
5, 6, 8, 9,
6,
7,
8, and 9. What is Q though? Did they tell us what Q is? No.
I think that's the universal set. I know.
No, Q is even numbers, eh? Because we have 2, 4, 6, and
Yes.
8.
8. Yeah, Q look like even numbers.
So G is 8. It's an interesting question, boy. They really try burst our brains with this. We have to be thinking. And then what number we do not have? What H is?
1.
H is 1. Very good, Kennedy. H is 1. Because 1 is neither prime nor even.
Say
Say it again. Oh, sorry. I thought to be.
Oh, yeah, my Amazon tablet from downstairs. Yes. Yes, sir.
We don't need to know about the Amazon tablet charger.
We need it.
Alright, so who might that is?
They muted.
They muted. Okay, thank you. Miss Cooper, I must say you're doing good. You're doing very good this year. I don't think we had to deal with any problems with you concerning that.
Oh boy.
Last semester is terrible though.
I know that, but yeah.
Mr. Petit,
Yes, sir.
can you explain again, please? Why you list the numbers and how the
In
numbers again?
how I got
5, 8, and 1.
581. Okay. Well, for P, we know that P is the prime numbers, right?
That's all.
Good. P is the prime numbers, and so the prime numbers are gonna be 2, 3, 5, and 7. Now, now we have 2 in here. We have 3. We have 7. What we do not have is 5. So F must be 5. See what I'm saying?
That's all.
And so that's why we have F is 5. Now, Q is multiples of 2. So we have 2, we have 4, we have 6, but we don't have 8. See what I'm saying?
All right.
So that's how we get G is 8. And then for this one, H, well, H have to be 1 because if we look at the numbers in the universal set, we have everything. We have 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, but we do not have 1. So H must be 1.
And also one is not a prime number, nor
Yeah.
an even number.
Very good. 1 is not prime and 1 is not even. So that's important. All right. All right, so, well, the sides describe set Q. Okay, we already figured that out already, right? What is Q? Describe set Q. What we say Q was? Anyone can remember? Q. What is set Q? What is it?
Even
Odd
numbers.
numbers?
Even numbers.
Very good.
Even.
Even numbers. Even numbers. Even numbers less than 10. So that's what Q is. Even numbers less than 10.
Interesting.
Interesting. Interesting. Even numbers less than 10.
You could explain that.
Because let's look at this couple. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking Q is the outside. I just remember Q is the.
Q is the
That's
set.
like,
Yeah. Okay.
no, yeah.
You can go back in the question, please.
Yes, sir.
Can I also say natural numbers
No, you can't say
less than
natural
10?
numbers. No, you can't say natural numbers less than 10 because the reason why you can't say that is because then you would have to include 1 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and all of these. But Q doesn't have all that. Q just has specifically even numbers, no odd numbers there. You see that, Mr. Meadows?
Yeah, I see it.
You sure?
I see it.
Yeah, only even numbers there. No odd. So if you just say natural numbers could be either even or odd. Okay, so better than mine. Right. I don't know what the time is doing tonight. How is it 7:48? Okay, so I think we are hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, let's go back to our little difficult questions, unfamiliar questions. Someone asked me about this one. How do we really, you know, manage to get that? And so I'll go back to the question and just explain something. Um, so the question really was, how did we get n is equal to -7? Well, the idea is that, remember, for two matrices to be equal, we said that two matrices are equal if and only if corresponding entries are the same. So this 4 must be equal to this 4, this 2 must be equal to this 2, this 3 must be equal to this 3, and this 1 must be equal to this 1 for these two matrices to be equal. Now, the idea is that this matrix, this one here on the left, and this matrix on the right are equal matrices, which means that corresponding entries must be equal. So 3k must be equal to 12, and 1 minus 2k must be equal to n. That's what we said. We said that 1 minus 2k must equal to n. That's the idea. Now we saw previously that k is equal to 4, and so we substitute that in there. And so we say 1 minus 2 times 4, and 2 times 4 is definitely 8. We bring down the n. 1 minus 8, well, if you have $1 and you owe $8, pay them the dollar that you owe them. You still owe them $7, so you owe 7. So n is equal to -7. N is equal to -7. So that's how we got n is equal to -7. We first had to use the idea that if these two matrices are equal, this entry must equal to that entry. So 1 minus 2k must be equal to n. So that's important. All right. So, all right. This one says number 4. Number 4 is going to be probably our last question, but we'll see how it goes. The estimated number of tourist arrivals for this year is 5.355 million. This is an increase of 5% from last year. Calculate the number of tourist arrivals for last year. Very interesting question. All right, I like this question. Something to think about. I know Nancy is going to be pulling her hair with this one because percentages is like, which one do you put first? When do you put the next? All right, so I'm ready for you to pull out your hair, Nancy. No problem. Pull it all out. But they say, here we have to work backwards, right? They say that we know that that the estimated tourist arrivals for this year was 5.35 million. That's what we know. But this is a 5% increase from last year. So this, oh man, interesting. How we do this? This is this is an increase of 5% from last year. So okay, so that means that if we have last year, so we have the amount from last year, right? The amount from last year plus plus 5% of the amount from last year is going to be equal to 5.355 million. All right, so that's the idea in my mind. That's how I'm thinking about it. So what I'm saying is that they're saying that the estimated tourist arrivals for this year is 5.35 million. This is an increase of 5% from last year. So
quick question, Ms. Petit. So the 5% is already added to the 5.35 million.
Yeah,
then?
it's already added. Have to be already added. So because this year, this is the total for this year, but this year represents something. It represents the amount that we got from last year plus 5%. But 5% of the one from last year. So I'm trying to think of a way to put it.
I do in mine's a whole different direction.
Yes, sir.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I'm doing mine's backwards. I don't know if that's weird.
I know what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out the equation a bit backwards. We know that 5.355 million is going to be
5%. I don't know. My way is very long and weird. So.
What you saying? How you thinking this one?
I was thinking, okay, just get 5% of the 5 million, and then once I get that, I would minus it from the 5 million. Like put it over 100. Put the 5 over 100, multiply, and then get the separate number, and then I'll take it away from the 5 million. But I don't know if that'll be right though. Would that be a valid answer?
No, because it's not 5% of 5.355.
Wait, so I'm taking away, but aren't we taking away 5% to calculate last year?
Okay.
Is it 67%? Sorry.
67%?
I confused.
No, 67%.
It can't be 67%.
I don't know.
What I'm thinking is, okay, let x be equal to last year's amount. All right, that's the idea, right? Then the only thing we could say is that means that X, which is last year amount, is going to be plus 5%. So 5% is going to be 5 over 100, right? That's what 5% is, right? 5 over 100 of 5% of the amount from last year is going to be equal to 5.35 million. Now 5.35 million, 5.355 million, we could write that as, I want the whole number. I don't want an abbreviation form. So 5.35 million, that's 5355, sorry, 355,000. Yeah, so that's gonna be 5,355,000, right? Because I actually writing it out. 5,355,000, right? Okay. So this is gonna be. So what we're saying is that if you take last year's amount and you add it to 5% of last year's amount, then you're gonna get to 5,355,000. At least that's how this is reading. It's saying the estimated number of tourist survivors for this year is 5.35 million. This is an increase of 5% from last year. So if we increase 5%, then we would get the new total. Okay, so let's multiply that. So 5 over 100 times x is going to be 5x divided by 100 plus x, which equals to 5,355,000. Multiplying everything by 100, we get 100. I'm going to multiply everything by 100 so that I could get rid of the 100 on this side. So it's going to be 100 times x multiplied by 100 times x times this quantity, by the way. It's going to be multiplied by 100. And so, of course, this cancels out with this. And so we are left with 100x plus what? Plus 5x, right?
Plus 5x.
Is equal to 355,000 times 100. But if we times 100, we have to add these two zeros at the box. So it's going to be 1, 2 zeros. So what is 100x plus 5x? It's going to be what? 105x. Which equals to 5, 3, 5, 5. How much zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The next thing we want to do here is we want to divide both sides by 105. So we have 105 x equals to 5, 3, 5, 5, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. Divide both sides by 105. Divide both sides by 105. And so these two cancels. So x is going to be equal to what is 5355? This is actually 535,500,000. Sounds like what Nancy has in the bank. So 535,500, right, Nancy?
I agree.
And that's what you have in savings.
Yeah.
Nancy said that's pocket change, man. 5,100,000. So that's the amount that was that they had last year. Okay, so x is equal to 5.1 million. So x is 5.1 million. So the amount of tourists that they had last year is going to be 5.1 million.
Miss Betty, when you're done, you could go back so I get the first part, please. I didn't get that part.
No problem. I finished.
Mr. Petit, is there a next way to do this?
Is there a next way to do this?
Yeah. Like an easier way.
The easier way. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know of an easier way. I don't
Mr.
know.
D,
Yes, sir.
how can we check in to see if the answer is correct?
Okay, we could. Okay, so remember we said that the amount from last year plus 5% of the amount from last year must give us what? 5,355 million, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and our claim is that the amount from last year was 5,100,000. So if you want to check it, we'll say, remember what they say? They tell us that, let's go to, I like that question, Ricardo, very good question. It can't be 804, man. Oh my. So 5 million, so 5,100,000 plus 5% of means multiply, right? Of 5 million.
Yes, sir.
Should give us how much?
5,355.
5
million, sorry.
And it does, right?
Okay.
So we know it's right. So it gives us 5,355,000.
Mr. Petit.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to stop, and you could click on that simplify. I want to see what they show.
You want to simplify?
Let me know. Step by step.
Step by step. Okay, you want to see?
Yeah.
Step by step. Okay, good. So it's the same thing as what we basically do is we do it backwards. So first we call this x and we call this x. I don't know if you remember that. And we was multiplying this by 5/100. And we just solve for x, and the value of x was 5,100,000.
How much zeros is that behind it? I can't really.
You can count?
Right.
No problem. 1, 2, 3,
No, that's
4,
not.
5 zeros. Is that good enough?
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You only you ain't counted up 10 times.
5 zeros. Don't worry, Bgcse examiners. We get them right back to kindergarten. Don't worry, get them right back.
Yeah.
All right. This is pretty neat question though. I'm trying to figure out how we could do it simpler, because it's only for 2 points. So I'm thinking there has to be a simpler way. But I can't put my finger on it.
How much points that is?
Just 2. I don't know why. It's as if they're telling us there's an easier way to do it. That I don't know.
What I mean.
I don't know if there's. I don't know. I can't think of an easier way. I can't think of. Let me see. Because we did it.
Points.
Yeah, we did it the rough way. We did it. We hold it by the balloon. All we could do is I guess we could have think about it from here. Right there. I guess this is the crux of the matter. 105 times x. Just divide. All we had to do is divide.
So can you go back to the first slide quickly, please? I could just.
Yeah, one moment. All we had to do is divide. 5,355 by 105. That's basically all we did, So how could we know it's supposed to be 105 though? Oh. 100 plus 5.
Is it 5? Yeah, 100 plus 5.
100 plus 5. Yeah. Okay. Because it's 100% plus 5. All right. Okay. So just divide 5.355 million by 105. That's pretty neat. Okay. Okay. That's the easier way to do it. I guess that's the way they're expecting us to do it. But I like this way. I like this way because this way is it's from the ground up. So it's like you know exactly what's going on. But since we know how to do it now we just we need to divide it by 100. So if we is doing it by, it makes so much sense, because if we is doing it by 6%, right? And if it's an increase by 6%, what would it be? It would be what? This number divided by what? 106. And if it was increased by 7%, it would have been the 5.355 million divided by 7. And so on. Okay, pretty neat.
Okay. So what B looking like?
What B
Just
looking
curious.
like? B looking like tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's moving.
B is tomorrow. But anyway, just to read it, the projected number of tourist arrivals for next year is 5.5692 million. Calculate the projected percentage increase for tourist arrivals. Interesting. I guess we could do it for homework, and then tomorrow we can look at it. Man, English time, eating all that English time. So that means since y'all eating away our English time, that means you have to extend the time then. Because y'all asking the questions. Is it not? And the church say,
Not really.
what does the church say?
Amen.
Amen.
Say amen. All right. Okay, okay, so, all right, so, next up, it's what we doing next? Next up, it's language. Yes, thank you so much. I knew that. Of course, it's language. I mean, come on, like, who didn't know that? Like, come on, like, Just kidding. Thank you so much, Miss Cooper, for reminding me. Okay, so please send in the language, not language. Please send in the send in the language homework one time. Send in the maths notes that we just did, and send in also the language homework. Miss Cooper, can you send pictures and not videos? Thank you. My phone storage is not infinite. So also the language homework. When we had language homework, no one does my homework these days.
How about that?
Y'all don't rate me at all. Mr. Petit, he's a nobody. You don't gotta do his homework.
No.
No. I ain't taking it.
I have an excuse speaking.
I ain't taking that excuse either.
I was busy.
Let me know recording.
I ain't taking that excuse.
You didn't send me the recording though, for real.
Yeah, it's supposed to be there.
I told you my dilemma.
I ain't taking that. Alright,
I only seen this out though, like really out. I was like, can't make it out.
what? Use the warrior.
I know, right?
What
I
if the
tried
Olympics?
multitask.
What if the Olympics was that day? I sure you wouldn't have said.
What?
Oh. You'd make yourself feel good. Alright. Yeah, Nancy is. You wanna know Nancy is the she's the next Shawnee Miller. She ain't tell y'all that. Nancy, you don't know that? How come they don't know that? Nancy is the next Shawnee Miller, and Alicia is the next cardiologist, specialist, whatever. Right, Alicia? He's the next doctor, surgeon, some she's saying. Yeah, man. We are among the greats. Y'all don't know that?
Mr. Petit, you playing or she actually run?
I'm serious. Nancy's run.
I thought you do basketball.
Yeah, Nancy's a runner. Nancy's wake up 4 o'clock every morning to run on track.
I feel like you can't pick.
Yeah, Nancy's a runner. Don't mind the polite voice. She's a runner. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So we had to look at these words. Okay. So I'm gonna read it again because we're gonna answer the questions this time. And this is a very nice. This is a very interesting story, though. It really caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie. But we'll read it again for those people who weren't here, Nancy and those. Just to get context, and then we'll answer the questions. So, more than one way to dress a cat. More than one way to dress a cat. And it reads the following. It says, from Michelangelo's David. Oh, remember Michelangelo's David? Remember? You know Michelangelo's David, right? You know that statue that Michelangelo did with David.
Oh yeah, the naked picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Kennedy, you're not saying
The statue.
I mean, yeah, I know. That's an iconic statue. All of you all should know that. Like,
Where is it?
I don't.
everybody knows Michelangelo.
No.
I think it's in Italy. I know.
Oh, well, I definitely don't know it. No.
What?
There.
Michelangelo's David. It's like, and I mean, I know he is, basically, this is the statue. If you're under 14, please close your eyes. But this is Michelangelo. It's David.
That's him?
I mean, this is just a depiction of him. But
What is he known for? Just-
Michelangelo?
Yeah.
Oh, he's known for works of art.
Oh, okay.
He's in the Renaissance.
You're in the Renaissance. Everybody knows what the Renaissance, right? My grade
Yes,
9
sir.
students.
Story of rebirth.
Rebirth.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Rebirth. All right.
It's strange. Could just read a passage on that today. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everything connects, right? I know. Okay, good. Next up, yeah. So, yeah, that's Michelangelo's David. Anyway, from Michelangelo's David to Vincent van Gogh's series of self-portraits to Grant Wood's iconic image of a farming couple in America. Gothic. These works by human artists have favored representations of members of their own species to those of other species. Indeed, when we think about animals depicted in well-known works of art, the image of dogs playing poker, popularized in a series of paintings by American artist C.M. Coolidge, may be the first and only one that comes to mind. Yet, some of these earliest known works of art, including paintings and drawings tens of thousands of years old, found on cave walls in Spain and France, portrays animals. Nor has artistic homage to our fellow creatures entirely died out in the millennia since, despite many years that have passed between then and now. The State Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, one of Russia's greatest art museums, has long had a productive partnership with a much-loved animal, the cat. For centuries, cats have guarded this famous museum, ridden it of mice, rats, and other rodents that could damage the art. Not to mention, scare off visitors. I didn't even remember that part. Peter the Great introduced the first cat to the Hermitage in the early 18th century. Later, Catherine the Great declared the cats to be the official guardians of the galleries. Continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter, Elzaveta, introduced the best and strongest cats in Russia to the Hermitage. Today, the museum holds a yearly festival honoring these faithful workers. These cats are so cherished by the museum that officials recently decreed original paintings to be made of 6 of them. In each, the cat is depicted upright, in a human-like pose and clothed in imperial-era Russian attire. The person chosen for this task, digital artist Eldar Zakhrov, painted the cats in the style traditionally used by portrait artists. In doing so, presenting the cats as noble individuals, worthy of respect. One portrait, the Hermitage Court Chamber Herald Cat, includes an aristocratic tilt of feline airs as well as a stately sweep of tail emerging from the stiff scarlet gold of royal court dress. The wise, thoughtful green eyes of the subject of the Hermitage Court outrun a cat mimic those of a trusted royal advisor. Some may find it peculiar to observe cats portrayed in formal court poses, but these felines, by mastering the art of killing mice and rats, are benefactors of the museum as important as any humans. So there is the account of what they call it, more than one way to dress a cat. So, like I asked last time, this is especially for those who is hearing for the story for the first time. What do you think about this story?
It was formal.
It's formal.
What is it?
It was. Hello.
It was okay to be like, I don't understand how people can cats.
You don't understand how people could.
You scared of cats.
Instead of cats. I hear you.
Did a cat scare of the dog?
I get. Oh yes, yeah. People are scared of cats.
So they saying the paintings scared the visitors and the little rats and things.
No, they say the pain.
The cats.
Not understanding how valuable cats was back then. If you really think about it.
Not only back
Well,
then. This is not only back then. This is
at that time, because the rats were like
important to them because it helps prevent. It helps us like to keep the environment safe. Then and it's very weird.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
now we could just step on cats, but wow.
I mean, yes.
Please step on cats.
Yeah. The thing is, I want to see these cats though. What do you say? The great cats of the State Hermitage Museum? Let's look that up. What is great cats of the St. Hermitage Museum? Yep, the real life aristocrats. Let's see where the cats is. Oh, look at them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at them in the pictures, man.
Clean. Wow. Nice.
not in the suit.
Yeah. These
Oh.
aristocrats, man.
You see the one in the red and gold with the black and white? It's scary. Yes, now that I will not if I see him. I'll let it.
Man, it's pretty. Wow.
That one style, man.
I like the style, man. It's a nice.
Yeah, look at.
He look nice. Okay.
That one ain't scary.
Okay, these are the real. Look, not this one, man. What? Remember what I'm talking about?
What in the furry?
Remember?
Please.
This the picture, because didn't they say something about the tail coming out? That's what they say, right? If we look at the article, they said that they said that in each a cat is depicted what? Upright in a what? Human-like pose, clothed in what? Imperial era Russian attire.
Wow.
Yeah. This, I mean, the person who drew it is amazing.
Now I kind of curious. So why are our cats naked now? If I can use
No, these cats are royal cats, my dear. They guard the museum. Anyway, it says one portrait includes. Listen, this includes an aristocrat tilt of feline airs, as well as a stately sweep of what? Tail emerging from the stiff scarlet and gold of the royal court. And they talk about the tail coming from his dress. So maybe this is it.
That might be the picture.
This is exactly it. Scarlet.
Yeah. Yes.
It's exactly
Perfect
it.
description, yeah.
Yeah, perfect description, right? Yeah, this is cool. Nice. Look at these cats.
Oh, the cat with the tinsel. That look nice.
Not with the Egyptian hat on, though. No way.
Right, it's great. Anyway, so didn't know that was like that, right?
That is some screen cat.
So the idea is so what's the main idea of this passage before time runs out on us? The main idea is that, well, I like how it started off. It started off by being very broad, and this is how we always start off our essays from memories, learning how to write an introduction from long time. They start off very broad and then they narrow it down. So first they start talking about, hey, remember Michelangelo's painting of David? Remember other paintings which were portraits of humans? They're saying, hey, that's not the only thing that people do. They not only depict humans with humans, but they also have humans depicting animals. And here they talk about how, in one such painting, we have a painting of dogs playing poker, right? Anyone ever saw a picture of dogs playing poker?
No, sir.
Yeah. That's possible?
Yeah, it's a popular.
It's a meme now.
Thing. Dogs playing poker painting. So this is a popular painting. These popular paintings when you think about poker and stuff like that, they usually have these picture. It was popularized by this guy or this person, sorry.
It's
So
More than likely true.
so they're talking about how, hey, okay, so they started very broad by talking about, hey, okay, paintings in general, paintings about humans, depicting humans, and they narrow down and say, well, the humans also do art depictions on animals, and they narrow down even further and say, hey, you know, they not only do pictures of animals back in the day, see right there, I like how they say, nor has artistic homage. I love the words that they use. Homage, you know what homage means? Let me say homage.
No stuff.
Homage means like worship or esteem, or like if I regard you highly, you know, or notice, like
Respecting someone.
say it again.
Respecting someone.
Yeah,
Respect.
Yeah, the idea of homage means worship, respect. In this case, when they say artistic homage, they mean they want to get a sense that, hey, we notice the animals in our paintings in a grand way, in a respectful way, in a great way. That's the idea. But they're saying that, you know, you not only had people demonstrating or showing depictions of animals back in the day, it said it hasn't entirely died out, but it still continues even though many years have passed. And to defend that, to show that, hey, it still continues even today, what example did they use in particular to show that it still continues on the day?
Then and now?
What particular example did they use to show that people still do works of art on animals even today?
They said that it didn't.
They said that if we look at the State Hermitage Museum, we would see that they depict the cats. So they're saying that it still continues even on today. And they begin to give some history on, you know, how this tradition got started, how Peter the Great first started it, and then his fellow successors, and how they continued the tradition of making these cats known. And they say, hey, listen, today it's still happening, right? And they said that the cats are very cherished by the museum. The cats are venerated. They are honored. They are, you know, given respect, as you can see. And the task of these cats is to do what?
Art.
Kill mice.
Oh, killing mice and rats.
And kill rats, all right? But these is very interesting how they would, you know, depict these cats. I mean, these pictures never get old. That is nice, man.
That's nice.
It reminds me of I remember there was a little movie on about this rat who had a little car. What's the name?
Stuart Little. Yeah.
Stuart Little, yeah. Stuart Little, yeah. That was so cool. I remember that. I really like that one. Stuart Little.
I used to hate him.
You can't tell me I watched it like 100 times. Like,
My goodness.
See.
He was very emotional though. Man, he was emotional.
Yeah, really.
It was very emotional. That was emotional.
That's why I wanted to get in Eden so bad.
You wanted to No, man, that wouldn't make it a good ending, man. Need to have a happy ending. I love happy ending movies. Can't have a bad ending. Alright, so let's move on. So let's answer these questions. So number 40. Number 4. We start at number 30. Excuse me.
34.
34. Okay, 34. Alright, so number 34. So what should it be? Should it be, so we have to go to Gothic, right? And should it remain like this? American Gothic, period? Or should it be American Gothic, period works? Or should it be American Gothic, semicolon, these works? Or should it be American Gothic, comma, works? Or should we don't?
No change.
Okay.
I should have been D. I think it's D.
Pardon?
D.
I think it's D. Someone said
Yes,
D.
sir.
Why you say D?
I also think it's D.
Are we still continuing?
Yes, the sentence continues.
The sentence
Oh.
continues? How does the sentence continue?
No, sir.
No, we don't, because I don't see nothing relatable in here.
Yeah, the
I
sentence
just-
doesn't continue because it say
Yeah.
it say from Michelangelo's David. So this is the name of the portrait, by the way. So from Michelangelo's David, that's why it's in italics, like it's slanted, because it's naming the artwork of the guy. So from Michelangelo's David, right, to Vincent van Gogh's series of self-portraits, to Grant Wood's iconic image of a farming couple in American Gothic. So why are we continuing? Well, I mean, that's true, like, what is the idea? Like, we ain't really making a point. That's true,
Not at all.
because we ain't really say nothing. It say from Michelangelo's David to Vincent van Gogh's series of self-portrait, to Grant Wood's iconic image of a farming couple in American Gothic. How could we stop there? Like,
right.
We haven't said anything. You know what I'm saying? We just say from Michelangelo's painting to the next person painting to the next person this, the next person that. Okay, what? We haven't really said anything. So certainly we can't end with a period. That's for sure. So what we gonna end with? What number this is? Number 34?
Yes, sir.
Number 34. The correct answer is D. Comma. You need a comma there.
So the sentence before, the lines before 34 can't stand on its own then.
No, it cannot. Like, okay, how can it start on its own? It's a dependent clause. Like, this isn't saying nothing. Like, it's not a complete sentence.
Okay.
Even though it's a much, it's still not a complete sentence. All it's saying is from this person painting to the next person painting, to the next person painting to the next person painting. Okay, so what? We haven't made a point. But we have to put a comma because it makes the point now that, hey, these works by human artists have favored representations of members of their own species to those of other species. So
And that's how I read it.
Then you end with the period. Okay, so you definitely need a comma there. Okay. Number 35. 35. So indeed, when we think about animals depicted in well-known works of art, the image of dogs playing poker, popularized in a series of paintings by American artist C.M. Coolidge, may be the first and only one that comes to mind. Should it be no change, Coolidge, M dash, Coolidge, comma, or Coolidge, nothing?
I say D.
You say D?
Yes.
I'll go with D. Anyone else?
I think it's D.
think it's D.
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 Yeah, because I feel like
Yes, sir.
it better with the
I
sentence.
think we need a comma.
Okay. Well, the answer definitely is B. And the reason why is because remember, we started an M dash. We started this, but we never closed it. So every time you start one, you have to close it with another one. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? So this almost works in the same way as like a bracket. Like you can't start a bracket and don't end a bracket. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when they say, indeed, when we think about animals depicted in the well-known works of art, the image of dogs playing poker, M dash, popularized in a series of paintings by American artist C.M. Coolidge dash, may be the first and only ones that comes to mind. Okay, so we need to have that dash dash there. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So the correct answer. Remember to write down the questions for these. Number 36. Number 36. Yet some of the earliest known works of art, including paintings and drawings, tens of thousands of years old, found on walls in Spain and France, portrays animals. Is it no change, portray, or has portrayed?
I think
Say it again.
I think it's the other.
You think it's what?
I still think
Say it again.
I think it's the
Think it's what? D?
that's all.
Has portrayed?
B.
Portraying?
Yes, sir. Come on, let me read the sentence first before I answer.
Okay, so we have a plural noun. What's the plural noun? Works of what? Of art, right?
Art.
So that means we need a plural verb, right? Portray, not portrays. Portray. So the answer is C. So it have to correspond. This and this have to correspond to each other. The plural verb must correspond with the plural noun. So the correct answer is C. So it's, and France portray animals.
Got it.
Got it?
Stickity, you get straw. So I get 37, please.
Okay. All right, so let's continue. Number 37, right? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, number 37. The writer wants to link the first paragraph with the ideas that follow. Which choice best accomplishes this goal? So number 37, excuse me. Number 37. The writer wants to link the first paragraph with the ideas that follow. Which choice best accomplishes this goal? Number 37. No change, with special attention being paid to domestic animals such as cats, even though most paintings in museums are people, not animals, as the example of one museum in Russia shows. So here we have, it says, nor has the artistic homage to our fellow creatures entirely died out in the millennia since, despite the many years that have passed between then and now, or should we say, with special attention being paid to domestic animals such as cats, or should it say at the end, even though most paintings in museums are people and not animals, or we could say as the example of one museum in Russia shows.
I say D.
D as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it connects, right? It connects.
Yes, it does.
It does connect the first paragraph to the next paragraph. We start talking about what? The museum in Russia. Okay. Number 38. Number 38. Number 38 says, number 38. That's number 38. Number 38. Where's number 38? Where is number 38? I see number 37, but I don't see no question for number 30. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
I knew that. Of course I knew that. I mean, come on.
Totally.
Of course, totally. Thank you for showing me. I was trying to figure out what is but thank you so much. I'm just playing. I did not notice that was just it. Okay, so for centuries, cats have guarded this famous museum, ridding it of mice, rats, and other rodents that could damage the art. Not to mention, scared off visitors. Is it scaring? Scare, have scared off visitors.
It's B.
C. Scare.
Scare. Okay, so
I think it's no change.
say it again. You think it's no change?
I think it's A, no change.
Okay, in order to say could damage. No. Not could damage. We want to pay special attention to. Yeah, let's look at. It says ridden it of mice and other rodents that could damage the art, and not to mention.
No change.
C.
Okay, who was gonna scare off the visitors?
The cats.
No,
The other rodents?
the rodents. So what they're trying to say is that ridding it of moths and other rodents that could damage the art and what? And could what? Could scare off
Yes.
visitors. Right? So not to mention other rodents that could damage the art and could scare off visitors. Okay? So it's could damage. It's C, scare. Number 39. To make this paragraph most logical, sentence 5 should be replaced with A, where is it now, where it is now, after sentence 1, after sentence 3, or after sentence 6, excuse me. So, to make this paragraph most logical, sentence 5. Sentence 5 is this one. Sentence 5 is this one. Continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter, Elzaveta, introduced the best and strongest cats to Russia Hermitage. So should we take sentence 5 and leave it where it is? Should we put it after
sentence 3?
After sentence 3 or after sentence 6?
C.
Okay, if we put it, if we, this is what, number 39?
Thanks, C.
So it's saying to make this paragraph most logical, sentence 5 should be replaced with, well, let's look at sentence 3, right? So sentence 3 talked about Peter the Great introduced the first cat to the Hermitage in the early 18th century. So this is talking about how this man introduced the first cat to the Hermitage. But it in this later talks about how Elveta introduced the best and strongest cats to the Hermitage. So they're still talking about how both of them, bring the cats. So this bat is supposed to be here.
Yes.
She basically continued the tradition of bringing the cats into the Hermitage. So yeah, that it's better after sentence 3. Wow, you have to be paying attention though, because this is better because it says continuing the tradition. What tradition? Bringing the cats into the place, because that's what Peter did. Peter the Great brought the first cat in, and so she continued the tradition, and she brought more. But sentence 4 isn't really bad. It's not really good because it says Lady Catherine declared the cats to be the official guardians of the galleries, but that's not continuing any tradition. 5 better supposed to be up top here. Okay. Number 40. The cats are so cherished by the museum that officials recently decreed a commissioned B, force C, or a license D, original paintings to be made of 6 of them. Did the museum decree that original paintings be made of them? Did the museum commission paintings to be made of them? Did they force paintings to be made of them, or did they license paintings to be made of them?
B.
B. Anyone else?
D.
It's actually B. Because commission describes the act of what? Hiring an artist to create a specific work. So they didn't decree for original paintings to be made. They didn't decree for that to happen. Because, I mean, how could a museum decree anything? I mean, it's not like they like some palace or something. But they just they commission. They pay someone off to do it. Okay? So keep a note of that. Number 41. The person chosen for this task, comma, digital artist Eldar Zakirov painted the cats in the style traditionally used by portrait art artists. So should it be A, no change, B, task, comma, digital task, comma, Eldar Zakirov? Should it be digital task artist Eldar Zakirov, comma, or should it be task, comma, digital artist Eldar Zaki Roof.
C.
See,
See?
C.
C.
See?
D.
I think D.
D.
Yeah, because it's have to be D because it's because they trying to really tell us about the person chosen for this task. So the person chosen for this task, comma, digital artist Eldar Zakirov, comma, painted the style traditionally. Okay, so we don't need this comma here. It made no sense. So the person chosen for this task, comma, now we need to name the person. Digital artist Eldar Zakirov, comma, painted the cats in the style traditionally used by the portrait artists. Okay, so it's D. Because we're trying to highlight who is the person chosen for this. It was Eldar Zakirov. Okay, so notice that. Alright, number 42. Presenting the cats as noble individuals worthy of respect. Presenting the cats as noble individuals worthy of respect. Which choice most effectively set up the examples that follow? Is it no change, managing to capture unique characteristics of each cat, commenting on the absurdity? Anyone know what absurdity means? Absurdity.
Like crazy or stupid.
Yeah, crazy. Commenting on the absurdity of dressing up cats in royal robes, indicating that cats were very talented mouse catchers. So, or should it be no change? This is 42. So, he used a painting, but he painted the cats in royal robes. Did he paint the cats in royal robes to present them as noble individuals worthy of respect? Is it A? Or 2, did he paint them in royal robes to manage to capture the unique characteristics of each cat? Did he paint them in royal robes to show how crazy they was in dressing up cats? Or did he paint them in royal robes to indicate that the cats were very talented mouse catchers?
B.
B?
Yeah, B.
B?
No, D.
No, A.
D?
A, man. No change. To show that the cats were noble individuals worthy of respect. Because remember what they say. They were aristocratic, stately, right? Trusted royal advisor, stuff, So they're trying to say the rats are stately. Okay, number 2 more, and then we're done. 2 more. Number 43. Number 43, it says, the wise, thoughtful green eyes of the subject, the Hermitage Court outrunner cat, mimic those of a trusted royal advisor. At this point, the writer is considering uttering the following sentence. The museum occupies 6 historic buildings, including the Winter Palace, a former residence of Russian emperors. Should the writer make this addition here? Is it yes, because it shows the link between Peter the Great and the cat paintings? Yes, because it helps explain why Russian art celebrates animals? No, because it fails to indicate why the Winter Palace became an art museum? No, because it provides background information that is irrelevant to the paragraph.
D.
D, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, D.
Yeah. It's totally irrelevant. Who cares about the museum occupying 6 historic buildings in the Winter Palace former residents of the Russian emperors. It has nothing to do with the cats. Like no one cares there,
Yeah.
right? So no, this is probably is the most easiest one we have done. So. All right, finally, but these felines, what is felines? These words keep on coming up. What is felines? What do we mean by felines?
Something related to or in the family
Cat
of a
family.
cat.
Felines. Feline is a family of mammals in the order of carnivore, colloquially referred to as cats. Okay, was a cute word
Yes, the
for
cat family.
the cat family. All right, there's a cute word for cat family. Okay, nice. All right, so
We call it Faraday.
say
Right?
it again.
Faraday.
Oh, yeah, Felidae. Yeah. Okay, excuse me. All right, mastering the art of killing mice and rats are benefactors of the museum as important as any human. Should it be no change? Acting as the lead predator in the museum's ecosystem, hunting down and killing all the mice and rats one by one, or protecting the museum's priceless artworks from destructive rodents.
D.
D. Protecting the museum's priceless artworks from destructive rodents. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this lesson. I enjoyed this lesson today. How about you?
I feel the same.
Feel the same
I
way?
did too.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I know it was rigorous for some. We plowed through a lot tonight. So we meet tomorrow, God Spare Life, at the same time, same place. Please send in the notes, right? You know, I sound like a Scotch record now. Send in the notes for the math and also for the English, especially for those who would not make a sound in this classroom. Make sure send your notes so that I can know that you're here and following along. Also send any questions that you have to me so I can be able to answer them. And so with that, I say see you later. Until tomorrow, have a wonderful night. A restful one.
Miss Mitzi.
Yes, ma'am.
Goodbye.
Zaria wasn't joining because she's really busy.
Oh, okay. So when she coming back?
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm not answer that. Her mommy told me that the other day.
Oh, okay. All right. I know homework is get caught up too. Okay, so
Can you scroll back up to number 43, please?
yes, ma'am, I can.
But yeah.
All right, good night.
Okay, hike everything. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, back up to number 34 and 35, and I'm done.
Okay, no problem.
Mr. B.
Yes, sir.
So you send the recording tomorrow morning or tonight?
I usually send it. I'm not sending it in the morning now. I don't think I send it in the morning. Send it before class. You want it? You want it in the morning? Eh?
I mean, if you gotta do it tonight, I wouldn't mind.
Tonight?
I mean, if you have time, but you don't have to rush.
Okay. So you want it as soon as possible? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, no problem. Well, I'll send it specifically to you. Early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm done.
Yes.
You don't mind doing a cylinder for me,
Of course.
tonight?
Sure.
All right.
No problem. Let me stop the recording first. Okay.